Good evening, Tallahassee. Happy Wednesday. I'm student meteorologist David Van Loo, here to give you a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium. Currently, not a cloud in the sky and the sun is shining, just like we like to see. Our current radar, we're not seeing any any clouds, just straight sunshine. So again, as we saw from Doak. If we take a look at our temperatures tonight, temperatures are going to dip down to about 53 with a little bit of wind, nothing too much, and a little bit of clouds may roll in overnight. And then again for tomorrow, we're going to be seeing pretty much the same as we saw today with 84 and mostly sunny. So temperatures are beautiful. Get outside, folks. And we'll be talking about that in our headlines. We'll see our full 7 days as we work ourselves into April. We'll also be talking about today in weather history as well and our beach of the week. More of that to come on FSU Weather.
Welcome back to FSU Weather. Taking a look outside, right over Doak, it's looking like lots of sunshine like David was talking about. 85, nice and warm. If you were walking to class today, it's been really hot. Maybe grab those shorts and those t-shirts as you head to class this week. It's going to be a little bit warm until we get to the weekend. 85 in Tallahassee, again, really warm temperatures. A little bit cooler down towards the coast, but not much. Not much to see there. And also with that dew point, it's very dry outside. So we're not really seeing that humidity and stickiness outside, but we are seeing those really hot conditions. And it's been very dry as well. In the radar, we're not looking at anything, nothing to worry about, no clouds, no nothing. So just go head outside, really enjoy that sunshine. But tonight we're dipping down to those 50s, a little bit warmer in Apalachicola, 60, but up here in Tallahassee, 56. And it's just going to be nice and warm temperatures for the nighttime. So just go ahead and head out tonight. It'll be nice in Tallahassee to do so. Tomorrow, bumping it back up to 84. It's going to be really warm again. So just enjoy that sunshine. Go have a pool day. Go do something, outside. I think it's a great time to do so. We might be looking at some of those clouds make their way through in the afternoon hours, but it's going to move its way back out, and we're going to see those sunshine rays again. But for the pool forecast, like I was talking about, maybe go head outside to the pool. It's going to get up to 82 and continue to stay at 82 until 5 p.m. And I mean, it'll be a great day to go head out and enjoy the sunshine. But again, for tomorrow's temperatures, we're also going to be seeing a little bit colder down towards the coast. But inland, up in Tallahassee, we're looking at 83, 79 in Thomasville, a little bit colder, but really warm conditions overall. And for those rain chances, we're also seeing those rain chances make their way through on Sunday and early next week. So just keep note of that as we head into next week. But other than that, we're really going to be seeing those warm conditions make their way back through heading into next week. And for, like I was talking about on Thursday and Friday, we're really seeing those warm conditions. With that rain on Sunday, it's going to be dipping those temperatures down just a little bit, but not to worry. As we head back into the rest of the week, we're looking at those warmer conditions, 87 on Wednesday. So it's going to be really warm out here in Tallahassee, but we're going to kind of move things to a bigger scope in the southeast. Priscilla, tell me what's.
Thank you, Ayana. And right now in the southeast, it's pretty much a very similar pattern as we're seeing here locally in the Big Bend and in Florida. Pretty hot and toasty. Tampa 84 degrees, Birmingham 72, so it's a little bit cooler, and New Orleans 80 degrees. That's so toasty right now. Nashville staying a little bit cooler at 68, and we're seeing lots of clear skies in Alabama and Tennessee, but a little bit of clouds hindering our view in those other areas. Current conditions across the region, we're seeing lots of reds, oranges, just a little smidge of green, mostly temperatures in the 70s and 80s for the majority of Florida. But we've got a little bit of cooler temperatures up in Nashville and Charlotte at 68 degrees. So overall, it's been pretty toasty, and we're going to see that trend continue for the foreseeable future. For our dew point map, it's been pretty moist, but also we're getting some more of that humidity. It's going to work its way in throughout the next couple of days, and that's when things are really going to get really heavy, and we could see potential for some showers. But right now it's a little bit dry. We're seeing a lot of our dew points in that 30-40 degree range. As you move westward, though, we do have some higher values nearing 50s and even close to 60 at 57 in Jackson. And for our live radar, we've got lots of sunshine to go around. Not a single cloud, but just a couple sprinkles of a shower along the Mississippi and Alabama state line, and really just a couple of other sprinkles in the northern portions of Louisiana. But most of that rainfall is holding off for now thanks to that high pressure dominating over the region currently. So like I said, storm outlook is showing lots of clear skies for us here in the southeast, but some other portions of Texas and into the Midwest are seeing potential for severe thunderstorms tomorrow, and even potentially slight risk for severe wet weather. So that could be hail, tornadoes, and even strong winds. For our future radar, a lot of that high pressure is sticking around, and then into Friday, that's when we're going to see all of that cloud cover build up, along with a couple of storms, mostly in the Louisiana and Arkansas area. And as we go into Saturday, into the weekend, those storms are going to move northward into Mississippi and Alabama. So if you're in those areas, make sure to bring a rain jacket with you wherever you go and try and stay dry. And if you're in Nashville, again, we're going to be seeing those storms Saturday and Sunday with a little bit of a cool down, so that will be nice. New Orleans, similar story, pretty toasty except for Saturday. It's going to be 74. And into tomorrow, just as warm temperatures as we've had today. But as we transition into the National, Ayana, is it just as hot in the National?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this map, look at those oranges and those reds, it's above those normal temperatures. We're seeing those warm conditions all across the U.S. right now. Even in the Windy City, looking at 49, my hometown, it's very warm there, and same with Texas and pretty much all of the U.S. Even here in Tallahassee, we're also seeing those really dry conditions. Apart from Texas, we're seeing really dry conditions up north, and even in Albuquerque, really dry all over the U.S. And looking at that drought monitor, we're also seeing that as to be the case. We're looking at those reds being really dry conditions, and pretty much all over the U.S. we're seeing those drier areas. And along with that current radar outside, we're seeing that South Texas is looking at a system making its way through, just bringing those thunderstorms. So just keep note of that if you're in South Texas. But other than that, we're not seeing too much. We're looking at a little bit up in Bismarck and Minneapolis area. But other than that, really just a little bit of showers as they're making their way through. But with that severe weather outlook, we're looking in the Pacific Northwest to see a lot of severe weather there. So just they're sitting at a slight risk. So just keep note of that if you're over there, that they're going to be seeing those strong winds and that potential for severe weather as well. And along with that, as we head into day 2 for our outlook, we're seeing South Texas with that system. We're also seeing that severe weather as well as just a little bit south of Omaha. So just keep note of that. Again, if you're going to be in those areas, you might be looking at that potential for severe weather. And also with that rainfall kind of going to be giving us a little bit of relief with that drought that we've been seeing in those dry conditions. But all across the U.S., we're looking at some rain, especially in South Texas, San Antonio area. We're looking at some significant rain, 7 to 10 inches, so a lot of rain coming their way. And like I was talking about in the Pacific Northwest, we're seeing that make its way into that area and bringing those showers as well as that severe weather, and same with South Texas as well. And tonight we're still sitting at those moderate conditions. I mean, Bismarck is normally a lot colder, and we're sitting at 30, really putting into perspective that spring's shift as we head into the rest of the season. And tomorrow we're looking at those warmer conditions again. Even in central U.S., we're looking at warm 77 in Kansas City and even 82 in New Orleans. So it's going to be a lot warmer conditions as we head into the rest of this week. And then yeah, so we're going to move things back over to the desk with Ryan and Chris, and we're going to talk a little bit about today's weather history.
So we're going to be talking a little bit about tornadoes now. It is springtime, as you know, so it is also severe weather season here. And we're going to be looking at a tornado that happened several decades ago, but still a pretty strong tornado. We are going to be looking at the Coatesville, Indiana tornado of 1948. It was an F4 tornado that hit the area, and it unfortunately killed 19 people and caused 200 injuries. So really just a horrible situation there in Coatesville.
Yeah, it was about half-mile wide and was actually underground for about, I think it's about 40 miles. It destroyed 40 farms across Putnam County, which is one county west of Indianapolis. It was down for a couple counties just west of Indianapolis and then lifted before it got to the city. But destroyed 80% of the town of Coatesville.
Just unthinkable damage, just truly something you just never want to see happen to a populated area. And something I also want to point out was this was originally on the F scale, the original Fujita scale implemented by Dr. Ted Fujita. So that was kind of a scale that was more so based on damage, but now that scale has been refined. So the way we rate our tornadoes now is considering winds as well as damage. So when a tornado warning is issued, the best place to go is to be on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows.
Yeah, basically use your house as a fort and get as many walls and structural sound places between you and the outside as possible. And if you have a basement, if you have a storm shelter, something beneath ground, that's also a great place to go.
That's right. You just really want to do anything you can to protect you, especially from flying debris. That can be very dangerous to you. And another thing that it would be good to bring with you to your shelter, maybe bring a bike helmet, some blankets, and a mattress, just really to put as many things between you and the outside world as possible.
And if you look at some like tornado surveys and stuff like that, and where people were staying in a tornado, or even like after a tornado, you see the center part of their house, the center hallway, a center bathroom, might be the only thing left standing in that house. But if that's where the people were, I think someone was talking about it with the Joplin F5, that was like the one thing that was left standing in their house was that center part of their home, and in F5, obviously, destructive damage. But we're going to toss things over now to David, who's going to have another look for us.
That's right. So if we take a look here around Tallahassee, we got some famous locations, obviously Doak Campbell, along with the EOAS building where we're situated right now. And overall, we're not seeing a cloud in the sky again. Sun is shining, so get out there, folks, and do what you got to do. Again, that might be going to the beach. Currently, it's about 85 with sun as the eye can see. I mean, I'm not seeing any clouds, maybe a little bit back here, but other than that, nothing crazy. So if you're trying to go to the beach, might be an ideal day to do so. And again, speaking of water, the res has a big lake too. It's excuse me, it's 85 degrees and a little more of wind, but then again, it's going to be beautiful outside to go to the res. However, if you are suffering from pollen, as one of my roommates is in shambles right now, he's been coughing and sneezing due to this very, very high tree pollen. So take the necessary precautions for that. If you're vulnerable to or sensitive to air, just be careful of that. For our airport, however, not seeing any delays, 85 degrees, pretty much around the country, same thing. It's been very, very warm. Again, tomorrow, temperatures will be around 84 with a little bit more clouds working their way in. But again, should be a pretty nice day to go outside with no rain for the foreseeable future at least. And if you got that furry friend, I'd definitely take him out tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day. Temperature's a little chilly at 7 a.m., but then again, they're going to warm up as soon as that sun comes, and it'll make out for a very beautiful day. Dew point-wise, we're not seeing anything crazy with our hair. Very sleek for those that are keeping track of that. And again, if you're trying to go to the pool tomorrow, I would recommend it. UV is going to be great. Temperatures are going to be very warm. You won't be cold. But overall, it's going to be awesome. So I might find myself at the pool tomorrow, you know, catching a couple UV rays towards the afternoon after my big presentation in class. But then again, if we work our way into the weekend, if you can see, I mean, we're going to have just a beautiful weekend making it out for us. Although Sunday, we're seeing a little bit elevated chances of thunderstorms. Temperatures, again, are going to be in those low 80 ranges, with Sunday dipping right below 80. But then again, I would go out to the pool, outside. We're not seeing any cloud cover up until that Sunday mark again. But if you're just like me, take your time this Thursday, Friday, go out to the pool, do what you got to do, enjoy those UV rays. But Chris, tell us about the beach of the week.
That's right. So maybe if you don't want to go to the pool, but you still want to soak up some of that UV, you can check out Laguna Beach in California. That's where we are headed to for this week's beach of the week. Right now, we do have some clouds, but it is at 59 degrees, just a slight breeze. So really some pretty nice conditions, but we do have a lot of cloud cover. We kind of have like that marine layer that's just really sitting over the whole region right now. You can see Long Beach and really just all around the area over in Palos Verdes, just lots of cloud cover. But as you take a look at our temperatures, they're pretty mild for the most part. We're at 60 here in Carlsbad. Hey, look at that, Torrance. That's actually one of my former hometowns. I used to live there many years ago. To my friends in Torrance, you're at 61 degrees right now. So pretty mild conditions all around the area right now. And we really don't have much of a chance for a warm-up. as you plan your day, it's going to be 57 degrees, so you might want a light jacket if you're going for an early morning run. But by 5 p.m., we're only getting to 62. So again, pretty mild temperatures, but we do have that cloud cover, which is really just going to stick with us for these next several hours, even going into Thursday afternoon. But for that beach forecast, not too high of a UV index, but maybe still bring some sunscreen with you if you're headed out to the beach. The water temperature, it is the Pacific, so it is still going to be pretty chilly. So make sure to take account for that. And not a huge rain chance, but we do have some pretty big waves, though, 5 to 6 feet. So do be careful if you're going to be surfing or maybe boogie boarding at Laguna Beach. But for your weekend forecast, we can see we have those mild temperatures really just staying with us throughout most of the week. We're going to be at 63 degrees to start your weekend. And because of all those clouds we're seeing, we're really not going to have much of a chance to drops in our low temperatures. So we're going to be at 55. And really for the next several days, we're going to have that similar pattern. But now let's take a look at things locally here with Ryan.
Yeah, we'll hop on a flight, go 4 hours closer to home, 3 time zones over, and we'll find temperatures in the 80s. That's a little bit better than the 60s, I would say. 65, plenty of sunshine out at Doak Campbell Stadium. Feels like 82, so a little bit of wind to help cool us off just a bit. All across the area, staying in the mid-80s, 81 up and down, also about 83 over in Valdosta and down by the coast in Apalachicola, also sitting at 83 degrees. We've got quite a dry setup, so 39 is the dew point in Valdosta, but then as we get closer to the coast, when we've got the moist air coming off the Gulf, that's where the dew point just starts to creep up a little bit. That's why you see more of that green towards Apalachicola and along the coastline. That's just kind of why it's a little more humid. But that being said, there's not really anything causing the humidity because there's nothing to see on our radar. And tonight's forecast is going to stay clear, calm winds, temperatures getting down into the mid-50s. So if you're out overnight tonight, maybe just bring a light jacket with you, something to keep you warm. Because starting off tomorrow as well, going to be a little bit cooler to start. But then, as David mentioned, once the sun comes up, we're going to be getting warm pretty quick. No rain to deal with tomorrow, but temperatures are going to be topping out in the low to mid-80s, 81 by 6 o'clock here in Tallahassee. And taking a look at our future radar, we'll see some clouds start to work their way in, but that's really going to be our only issue through tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Tonight's forecast into the overnight, again, temperatures in the 50s, mid-50s, 56 in Tallahassee. As we work towards Apalachicola, maybe we'll stay in that 60 spot. Perry sitting at 55 degrees, and up in the south of Georgia, we're going to be in the mid-50s, 55 degrees. Tomorrow afternoon is going to be a nice warm-up. Temperatures getting to the mid-70s, even 82 in Valdosta. And then across the Florida Big Bend, temperatures get to the 80s. If you're looking for a little bit of relief, you can head down towards the coast. Maybe check out St. Mark's, the lighthouse down there, Apalachicola, just for a little bit of relief from the quote-unquote heat that's warming us up this spring. Of course, we know it's not quite heat, but by the time we get to summer, 83 will feel like maybe like 50 because we'll be dealing with those temperatures back in the 90s. Days to look forward to, we've got 6 days until April Fool's Day, so start coming up with the jokes. I know I don't have any, so I got to start planning. Finals week is 33 days away, and then check out that our meteorology graduation is 37 days away. Priscilla, Oceana, are you guys ready to say goodbye to FSU forever and ever? I'm getting like blank looks. So yeah, coming up pretty quick, right? Less than a month away for some of these big events. But for our next 7 days, we've got a great forecast to talk about. It's going to be towards Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday when we start to work in our shower chances. 60% coverage of showers and storms come Sunday. It's going to be associated with the front we've kind of seen tail off of Texas. And then by Monday, sticking around. And then by Tuesday, clearing out. But temperatures are going to be in the mid to low 80s through most of the week. But to wrap up our show, we're going to send things over to David and Priscilla.
Yes, thank you, Ryan. And I don't know about you, David. I think it's pretty hot.
Yeah, no, it's definitely hot. I mean, spring is in full action. We're, what, a week in? Not even yet? And
Yeah.
temperatures already in the mid to upper 80s almost.
Yeah, plus that pollen is really just piling on. I
Yeah.
know I washed my car last week. Don't know why, because there's already more
Yeah,
pollen,
no.
already waiting for the next rainmaker to wash it all away.
Yeah, no, definitely. My car is covered in pollen. My roommate is sneezing, but make sure to follow us on X at FSU Weather.
And you can also find us on Facebook. Make sure to like us there at FSU Weather.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather.
And you're probably watching us live on YouTube right now. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button at FSU Weather.
And don't forget to follow us on TikTok as well at FSU Weather.
Well, we wish you a very nice Wednesday evening. This is student meteorologist Priscilla Vijalta.
And David Van Loo, take care.